Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube Spring Nationals qualifying sessions 3 and 4. We start in qualifying session 3, Pro Stock. Heathen currently on the bump with a 175.3. Our first pair, number 24, Roger Dodger near lane. Number 23, Kenny Koretsky far lane. $172.7 for Roger Dodger. He will bump his way in. A $178.1 for Kenny Koretsky. He will improve. Roger Dodger up to number 8. Kenny Koretsky improves one position, number 23. Greg Anderson now on the bump with a 174.7. Our next pair now number 24 qualifier V Gaines far lane. 22 qualifier Warren Johnson near lane. $175.5 for Warren Johnson. 180 with a 4 for V Gaines. They will not get in the show. Warren Johnson improves to number 19. While V Gaines improves his time, stays number 24. Greg Anderson still in the bump with a 174.7. Our next pair, now number 22 qualifier, Jason Line far lane. Number 21 qualifier, Dave Conley near lane. $178.1 for Jason Line and a 178.3 for Dave Conley. Conley stays 21. Line stays 22. Greg Anderson still in the bump. Our next pair, now number 20 qualifier, Eric Anders far lane. 18 qualifier, Dave Hazard near lane. Must run better than a 174.7. 174.4 for Eric Anders. She will get in the show. 178.9 for Dave Hazard. Dave Hazard stays 18th. Eric Anders gets in the show, is now on the bump. Number 16 with the 174.4. Up next now, number 18 qualifier, Heathen far lane. Number 17 qualifier, Greg Anderson near lane. $177.0 for Heathen. 178.1 for Greg Anderson. They will not get in. Heathen will stay 18th. Greg Anderson will stay 17th. Eric Anders will be on the bump going into the final session of qualifying with that 174.4. Up next, number 15 qualifier, Alan Johnson far lane. Number 14 qualifier, Caden near lane. $172.1 for Alan Johnson and $174.1 for Caden. Alan Johnson improves to number 8. Caden retains his number 14 spot, bumping Fireball down, who's in the far lane, to number 15. And number 13 qualifier currently, Bones in the air lane. Can they improve? 171.1 for Fireball and a 173.7 for Bones. Fireball improves to number 7. Bones drops to number 14. Our next pair, we have number now 13 qualifier, Hockey in the far lane. Number 12 qualifier, Zan in the near lane. Hockey in the far lane. Good run, a 176.2 for Zan, 176.4 for Hockey. Hockey stays 13th, Zan stays 12th. Our next pair, we have number 11 qualifier, Biggie in the far lane. Number now 8 qualifier, Boma in the near lane. $171.3 for Boma and $177.1 for Big E. Despite the 3,000 improvement from Boma, she stays number 8. Big E will stay number 11. Next pair, number 6 qualifier, Civic in the far lane. Number 5 qualifier, Vidusky near lane. Good run, a 168.4 for Vidusky and a 169.4 for Civic. Good run. Vidusky improves to number 3. Civic improves to number 4. Our next pair, now number 6 qualifier, John Cena far lane. Number 5 qualifier, CM Punk near lane. Can these two get back to their spots? 167.8 for John Cena, 169.7 for CM Punk. Punk stays 6th. Cena moves up to number 3. Our final pair of Pro Stock qualifying session 3. The number 2 qualifier, Toyota in the far lane. The number 1 qualifier, Fast Fish near lane. $169.3 for Toyota, $171.4 for Fast Fish. They're going to stay number 1 and 2. After qualifying session number 3, Fast Fish stays your number 1 qualifier, still with a 166.0. Followed by Toyota, John Cena, Vidisky, Civic, CM Punk, Fireball, and Boma rounding out the top half. The bottom half of the field, Alan Johnson, number 9, followed by Dodger, Big E, Zan, Hockey, Bones, Caden, and Eric Anders sitting on the bump with a 177.4. Outside looking in with one more session to go, Greg Anderson, Heathen, Hazard, Warren Johnson, Dave Conley, Jason Line, Kenny Koretsky, and V Gaines. Thunder Cycle, now. Starting off, Pro Stock Thunder Cycle qualifying session number 3 with Linlin on the bump, the 177.3. Number 20 qualifier, Michael on the far lane. 19 qualifier, Violet in the near lane. $175.0 for Violet, $182.2 for Michael. Violet's going to get in the show. Michael stays number 20. King gets dropped to the bump. Violet goes up to number 9. King in the bump with a 176.8. Next pair, number 19 qualifier, Linlin far lane. 18 qualifier, Terry near lane. Terry a 178.5. Linlin a 183.5. No improvement. Linlin stays 19th. Terry will stay 18th. Our next pair, number 17 qualifier, Ray Ray in the far lane. Number 16 on the bump, King in the near lane. 176.8 to get in for Ray Ray. Hopefully King improves. King's not going to improve with that. A 174.4 for Ray Ray, though. She will improve and get in the show. King will be bumped out for the 4th session. Ray Ray moves up to number 8, knocking King out of the field. He will be 17th going in. Our next pair, number 16 qualifier, Snow in the far lane. Number 15 qualifier, Michelle in the near lane. If they don't improve, Snow is your 16th bump spot going into the final session. But that's not happening. A 172.7 for Snow. 172.8 for Michelle. Holy cow, what a run. Snow to number 2. Michelle to number 3. Up now, your number 16 qualifier, Sinister in the far lane. Number 15 qualifier, Phillip in the near lane. Same scenario. Sinister does not improve. He's your number 16 going into the final session. 176.7 for Sinister. 177.0 for Phillip. Sinister stays 16th. Will be your bump spot going into the final session. Phillip will stay 15th. Our next pair. Number 14 qualifier, Samantha on the far lane. 13 qualifier, Dallas near lane. Can they improve? 171.9. New national record for Dallas. 178.0 for Samantha. That's not an improvement for Samantha, but Dallas, new national record, number 1 qualifier. Samantha stays 14. Dallas goes to the number 1 spot. Our next pair. Number 12 qualifier, Caleb in the far lane. Number 10 qualifier, Scotty in the near lane. These guys were 7 and 8 to start the session. 176.9 for Caleb and a 178.1 for Scotty. Caleb will stay 12th. Scotty will stay 10th. Our next pair, number 9 qualifier, Nate in the far lane. Number 8 qualifier, James in the near lane. If things do not change, this is a round 1 matchup. 179.1 for Nate, 182.7 for James. No improvement. Nate stays number 9, James stays number 8. Our next pair, number 7 qualifier, Vegeta in the far lane. Number 6 qualifier, Mar in the near lane. $172.5 for Mar, 173.1 for Vegeta. Improvements. Mar improves to number 3. Vegeta improves to number 6. And our final pair, these were 1 and 2 to start the session. Now number 7 qualifier, Steve in the far lane. Number 2 qualifier, Eric in the near lane. Can Eric get back to his number 1 spot and national record? Will Steve take it? 173.2 for Eric, 174.4 for Steve. Gonna be a no. Eric stays 2, Steve stays 7. Your Pro Cycle Motorcycle Field after session 3. Dallas is the new number 1 qualifier with the new national record of 171.9. Followed by Eric, Mar, Snow, Michelle, Vegeta, Steve, and James rounding out the top 8. Bottom half of the field. Nate number 9, followed by Scotty, Ray, Caleb, Violet, Samantha, Phillip, and Sinister on the bump with a 175.6. The 4 outside looking in. We have King, Terry, Linlin, and Michael. Mario Kart, now. And we get right into the Mario Kart qualifying session number 3. Bowser the Bump with a 168.4. Up first, technically 26 and 25. The 2 with no time, no run recorded. Lakitu near lane, Princess Peach far lane. They get down, get time. They 165.4 for Princess Peach. 172.7 for Lakitu as he struggles. Peach gets in. Princess Peach goes to the number 4 spot. Lakitu gets the time, only goes to 25. Baby Peach down to bump with a 168.3. Our next pair, 26 qualifier, Rosalina far lane. 24 qualifier, Bowser Jr. near lane. $169.0 for Rosalina, 170 with a 2 for Bowser Jr. Rosalina goes 23, Bowser Jr. goes 24. Our next pair, 25 qualifier, Mario in the far lane. Number 22 qualifier, Baby Mario in the near lane. Mario, 166.3, he's going to get in. 169.2 for Baby Mario. Mario goes to the number 10 spot. Baby Mario will stay 23. Luigi now on the bump with a 167.9. Holy crap. 167.9 is the bump. That's a shocker. Up next, number 22 qualifier, Toad, far lane. 21 qualifier, Wario, near lane. And they both crash, get disqualified. No time. Our next pair with the double DQ, number 20 qualifier, Toadette in the far lane. 19 qualifier, Purple Yoshi, near lane. Luigi, 167.9 on the bump. Good run, 170 with a 6 for Toadette. Purple Yoshi comes off the track, hits the side cone there. 181.8. Toadette stays 20. Purple Yoshi stays 29, or 19, not 29. Our next pair, number 18 qualifier, Bowser far lane. 17 qualifier, Baby Peach, near lane. They must run better than Luigi's 170 or 67.9. English is hard. They both crash, double DQ. 2 crashes in the last 3 pairs. Luigi number 16 in the far lane, Waluigi number 15 in the near lane. Can they improve, or will Luigi be the bump spot going into the final session? Luigi comes off the track, will not finish his run. He will be your number 16 qualifier. 169.8 for Waluigi. Luigi stays 16th. Waluigi stays 15th. Next pair, number 14 qualifier, Diddy Kong far lane. Number 13 qualifier, Red Yoshi, near lane. Good run. Diddy Kong crashed at the finish line. Will get his time. 167.9 for Red Yoshi. 173.9 for Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong stays 13th. Or 14th. Red Yoshi stays 13th. Our next pair, numbers 12 qualifier. Sorry, guys. Can't think. 12 qualifier, light blue Yoshi, far lane. Number 11 qualifier, green Yoshi, near lane. Light blue Yoshi hits cones, will be disqualified. 167.9 for green Yoshi. Light blue Yoshi stays 12, being disqualified. Green Yoshi stays number 11. Our next pair, number 9 qualifier, Koopa Trooper, far lane. Number 8 qualifier, Cat Peach, near lane. Nothing changes. Round 1 matchup. 165.8 for Koopa Trooper, 167.0 for Cat Peach. Koopa Trooper up to number 7. Cat Peach moves down to number 9. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, Donkey Kong, far lane. Number 6 qualifier, Dry Bones, near lane. 167.4 for Donkey Kong, 167.6 for Dry Bones. Donkey Kong stays 6th. Dry Bones stays 6th. Donkey Kong stays 8th. My bad. Our next pair, number 5 qualifier, Baby Luigi, far lane. Number 3 qualifier, Light Blue Shy Guy, near lane. Baby Luigi's in the far lane. I can't speak today. English is hard. 166.5 for Light Blue Shy Guy. 166.8 for Baby Luigi. Baby Luigi stays 5. Light Blue Shy Guy will stay 3. Our final pair of Mario Kart qualifying session number 3. Number 2 qualifier, Tanuki Mario, far lane. Number 1 qualifier, Shy Guy, near lane. Shy Guy comes off the track. He's not really going to get his time at 163.6 for Tanuki Mario. New national record by 1 thou. Your Mario Kart standings after session number 3. Tanuki Mario now in the number 1 qualifier by 1 thou more. Quicker than Shy Guy. 163.6. Followed by Shy Guy, Light Blue Shy Guy, Princess Peach, Baby Luigi, Dry Bones, Koopa Troopa, and Donkey Kong rounding out the top 8. The bottom half of the field, number 9 is Cat Peach, followed by Mario, Green Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi, Diddy Kong, Red Yoshi, Waluigi, Luigi on the bottom with a 167.9. 1 session to go for these 10 to qualify. We have Baby Peach, Bowser, Purple Yoshi, Toadette, Wario, Toad, Baby Mario, Rosalina, Bowser Jr., and Lakitu. Top fuel, now. And here we go with the 3rd qualifying session of Top Fuel. Number 16 qualifier is Joe Amato with a 187.1. Terry McMillan is the first one to go down. Odd number of drivers. 194.1. Not going to get in the show. Not a bad run. Terry McMillan will stay number 23. Our next pair, number 22 qualifier, Morgan Lucas, far lane. And number 21 qualifier, Ronda Hartman Smith in the near lane. Morgan Lucas will not finish his run. Morgan and Ronda Hartman Smith only goes a 2:002. Lucas stays number 22. Hartman stays number 21. Joe Amato still in the bump with the 187.1. Our next pair, number 20 qualifier, Leah Pruitt, far lane. 19 qualifier, Brittany Force, near lane. Two actually get down a 193.0 for Brittany Force, 196.2 for Leah Pruitt. Leah Pruitt stays number 20. Brittany Force stays number 19. Our next pair, number 18 qualifier, Clay Milliken, far lane. 17 qualifier, Austin Parock, near lane. Can either of these two get in the show? 191.0 for Clay Milliken, 191.3 for Austin Parock. Gonna be a no. Clay Milliken stays 18th. Austin Parock stays 17th. Our next pair, number 16 qualifier, currently. Joe Amato, far lane. 15 qualifier, Corey Mack, near lane. Can Joe Amato get off the bump? 182.6. He will. 190 with an 8 for Corey Mack. Joe Amato improves to number 6. Corey Mack falls to the bump spot. He will be your number 16 qualifier going into the final session of qualifying, the 186.3. Our next pair, number 15 qualifier, Larry Dixon, far lane. 14 qualifier, Sean Langdon, near lane. Dixon loses a wing. Langdon, 188.0. Dixon, 190 with a 1. Dixon stays 15th. Langdon stays 14th. Our next pair, number 13 qualifier, Doug Coletta, far lane. Number 12 qualifier, Fisher, near lane. $187.8 for Fisher. No time for Doug Coletta. Doug Coletta stays 13th. Fisher stays 12th. Our next pair, number 11 qualifier, Kenny Bernstein, far lane. Number 10 qualifier, Antron Brown, near lane. Can they improve? Kenny Bernstein, 188.4. Antron Brown, 190.11. Kenny Bernstein stays 11. Antron Brown stays number 10. Our next pair, number 9 qualifier, Bones in the far lane. Number 8 qualifier, Tony Schumacher, near lane. Again, things are not to change. First round matchup. 185.2 for Bones, 185.8 for Schumacher. Bones stays number 9. Tony Schumacher stays number 8. Our next pair, number 7 qualifier, Gary Selsey, far lane. Number 5 qualifier, Samantha, near lane. $176.2 for Samantha, 186.2 for Samantha, 187.5 for Gary Selsey. Gary Selsey stays 7th, Samantha stays 5. Our next pair, number 4 qualifier, Thunder in the far lane. Number 3 qualifier, Mike Dunn, near lane. $182.2 for Mike Dunn, 183.2 for Thunder. Thunder will stay 4, Dunn will stay 3. Final pair of top field qualifying session number 3. Number 2 qualifier, Brandon Bernstein, far lane. Number 1 qualifier, Melanie Troxel, near lane. Brandon Bernstein's going to struggle. Will keep his time. 178.0 for Melanie Troxel. 212 with a 0 for Brandon Bernstein. After that top field third session qualifying with only 1 improvement, here is your current field with 1 session to go. Melanie Troxel still your number 1 qualifier with a 177.2, followed by Brandon Bernstein, Mike Dunn, Thunder, Samantha, Joe Amato, Gary Selsey, and Larry Dixon running out the top 8. Bottom half of the field, you have Bones, number 9, followed by Antron Brown, Kenny Bernstein, Fisher, Doug Coletta, Sean Langdon, Larry Dixon, and Corey Mack on the bump, the 186.3. Outside looking in with 1 session to go, Austin Brock, Clay Milliken, Brittany Forrest, Leah Pruitt, Rhonda Hartman-Smith, Morgan Lucas, and Terry McMillan. Funny car, now. And here we go with Funny Car, qualifying session number 3. Jimmy Pedregon on the bump, the 175.6. First car down, Tony Bartone in the 25 spot. 182.6. Tony Bartone moves up to number 22. Jimmy Pedregon still on the bump. Our next pair, Bob Gilbertson in the far lane, number 23. Or 25. He moves up to 24, not 22. 23 qualifier, Tommy Johnson Jr. in the near lane. Today is not a good day for talking. He's around 179.3 for Tommy Johnson Jr., 181.4 for Bob Gilbertson. Tommy Johnson Jr. stays 23. Gilbertson goes back up to 24. Back in the spots they started in. Our next pair with Jimmy Pedregon still in the bump. We have number 22 qualifier, Tony Pedregon in the far lane. 21 qualifier, Scoop Ricardo, near lane. $173.7 for Tony Pedregon, $175.7 for Ricardo. Tony Pedregon up to number 14. Scoop Ricardo up to number 18. Del Worsham is now on the bump. The 175-6. Our next pair, number 22 qualifier, Ron Capps far lane. 21 qualifier, John Force near lane. $177.2 for John Force, $2,001 for Ron Capps. Ron Capps stays 22nd, John Force stays 21st. Our next pair, number 20 qualifier, Matt Hagan far lane. 19 qualifier, Frank Pedregon near lane. $177.3 from Matt Hagan, $179.5 for Frank Pedregon. Matt Hagan stays number 20. Frank Pedregon stays 19th. Our next pair, number 17 qualifier, Jimmy Pedregon far lane. Number 15 qualifier, Robert Height near lane. Del Worsham still on the bump with a 175.6. $175.7 for Jimmy Pedregon. 178.0 for Robert Height. Jimmy Pedregon stays number 17. Robert Height stays number 15. Our next pair, the number 16 qualifier, Del Worsham in the far lane. The number 13 qualifier, Jim Epler near lane. Worsham struggles down. 172.9 for Jim Epler. 190 with a 7 for Worsham. Worsham will be on the bump going into the fourth and final session. No improvements there. Worsham stays 16th. Epler will stay 13th. Our next pair, Cruz Pedregon number 12 in the far lane. Courtney Force number 11 in the near lane. Cruz comes down and goes off the side of the track. 175.9 for Courtney Force, 183.4 for Cruz. Cruz stays number 12. Courtney Force stays number 11. Our next pair, number 9 qualifier, Thunder in the near lane. Number 10 qualifier, Dale Creasy Jr. in the far lane. Can they improve? 176.1 for Dale Creasy Jr., 177.9 for Thunder. Dale Creasy Jr. stays 10. Thunder stays number 9. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, Helatic in the far lane. Number 7 qualifier, Eric in the near lane. Former teammates. 169.6 for Helatic, 172.2 for Eric. Helatic improves by 1 thou. Does not move spots, stays 8th. Eric stays 7th. Our next pair, number 6 qualifier, Mellon in the far lane. Number 5 qualifier, Mello in the near lane. $167.9 for Mellon, a 172.5 for Mello. Mello gets bumped down to 6th. Mellon goes up to the number 1 spot. That was a new national record for Funny Car. Our next pair, number 5 qualifier, Sinister far lane. Number 4 qualifier, Caden in the near lane. $169.5 for Sinister, 172.4 for Caden. Sinister stays number 5. Caden stays number 4. Our final pair of Funny Car qualifying session number 3. Number 3 qualifier, Fisher in the far lane. Number 2 qualifier, Alex Laughlin in the near lane. Can either of them take out the new national record? 168.8 for Fisher, 171.5 for Alex Laughlin. They're going to stay 3 and 2. After qualifying session number 3 of Funny Car, here are your current standings. Mellon is the new number 1 qualifier with a new national record of a 167.9, followed by Alex Laughlin, Fisher, Caden, Sinister, Mello, Eric, and Helatic, rounding out the top 8. Bottom half of the field, Thunder number 9, followed by Dale Creasy Jr., Courtney Force, Cruz Pedregon, Jim Epler, Tony Pedregon, Robert Height, and Del Worsham on the bump with a 175.6. Outside looking in, we have Jimmy Pedregon, Ricardo, Frank Pedregon, Matt Hagan, John Force, Ron Capps, Tommy Johnson Jr., Bob Gilbertson, and Tony Bartone. Pro Stock final session now. And here we go with the final qualifying session for Pro Stock Car. Your bum spot, Eric Enders. The 174.4. That is going to be a tough one to beat. Our first pair, we have V Gaines in the far lane. Kenny Koretsky, near lane. Can either of these two qualify? That's going to be a no. 179.6 for Kenny Koretsky, 181.1 for V Gaines. They both will DNQ. Our next pair, number 22 qualifier, Jason Line far lane. 21 qualifier, Dave Conley near lane. Can either of these two get in the show? 180 with a 3 for Jason Line. 180 with a 4 for Dave Conley. Going to be a no. Our next pair, number 20, Warren Johnson, near lane. Number 19, Dave Hazard, far lane. Can Hazard get in? Can Warren Johnson get in? 178.7 for Dave Hazard. 180 with a 6 for Warren Johnson. No, they do not qualify. Our next pair, number 18 qualifier, Heathen far lane. Number 17 qualifier, Greg Anderson, near lane. 174.4 is the bump. 180 with a 3 for Heathen. 182.6 for Greg Anderson. Your pro stock field is set. And these are the 8 pro stocks that do not qualify. Greg Anderson, Heathen, Dave Hazard, Warren Johnson, Dave Conley, Jason Line, Kenny Koretsky, and V Gaines. Our next pair, number 16 qualifier in the show, Eric Enders, near lane. And number 15 qualifier, Caden far lane. Caden at 177.2, Eric Enders at 179.3. Eric Enders stays 16th, Caden stays 15th. Our next pair, number 14 qualifier, Bones in the near lane. Number 13 qualifier, Hockey far lane. Can they improve? Hockey 172.9, 178.7 for Bones. Bones stays number 14. Hockey improves to number 11. Our next pair, the number 13 qualifier, Zan near lane. Number 12 qualifier, Biggie in the far lane. Can they improve? Zan a 176.8. Biggie 180 with a 3. Biggie stays 13th. Zan stays 13th. Biggie stays 12th. Our next pair, number 10 qualifier, Roger Dodger near lane. Number 9 qualifier, Alan Johnson far lane. $175.0 for Roger Dodger. $177.6 for Alan Johnson. Dodger stays 10th. Alan Johnson stays 9th. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, Balma near lane. Number 7 qualifier, Fast Fish far lane. Good on, 178.2 for Balma, 178.1 for Fireball. Fireball stays 7th, Balma stays 8th. Our next pair, the number 6 qualifier, CM Punk far lane. Number 5 qualifier, Civic in the near lane. $172.2 for Punk, $174.8 for Civic. CM Punk stays 6th, Civic will stay 5th. Our next pair, number 4 qualifier, Vidisky near lane. Number 3 qualifier, John Cena far lane. Good run, 173.0 for Cena, 173.5 for Vidisky. Cena stays 3rd. Vidisky stays 4th. Final pair, Pro Stock qualifying, session number 4. Number 2 qualifier, Toyota far lane. Number 1 qualifier, Fast Fish near lane. $171.6 for Toyota, $174.6 for Fast Fish. Here are your round 1 matchups in Pro Stock. Fastfish will take on Erica Enders. Toyota will take on Caden. Cena will take on Bones. Viduski will take on Zan. Civic will take on Big E. Punk will take on Hockey. Fireball will take on Dodger. And Boma will take on Alan Johnson. Thunder Cycle, now. Time for the fourth and final session of Pro Stock Thunder Cycle. Sinister currently your number 16 qualifier on the bump with a 175.6. Our first pair, number 20 qualifier, Michael on the far lane. Number 19 qualifier, Linlin near lane. Can they get in? Michael's going to be a no. 177.8 for Linlin. Her quickest time. She'll still not qualify. Despite the improvement, Linlin stays 19th. Michael stays 20th. Our next pair. Sinister still on the bump. We got number 18 qualifier, Terry near lane. Number 17 qualifier, King in the far lane. Must run better than a 175.6. Not gonna happen. Terry 181.2, King 184.2. Your field and Thunder Cycle is set. King will stay 17th. Terry will stay 18th. Our next pair, the number 16 qualifier, Sinister in the far lane. Number 15 qualifier, Phillip in the near lane. Can they improve? 178.0 for Sinister, 180 with a 9 for Phillip. Sinister will stay 16th. Phillip will stay 15th. Our next pair, number 14 qualifier, Samantha in the near lane. Number 13 qualifier, Violet in the far lane. Violet a 176.9, Samantha a 178.7. Samantha will stay 14th. Violet will stay 13th. Our next pair, number 11 qualifier, Ray Ray far lane. Number 12 qualifier, Caleb in the near lane. $177.2 for Ray Ray, $178.4 for Caleb. Well, there are no improvements so far. Caleb will stay 12th. Ray Ray stays 11th. Our next pair, number 10 qualifier, Scotty in the far lane. Number 9 qualifier, Nate in the near lane. 176.8 for Nate, 180 with a 5 for Caleb. Scotty stays 10th. Nate stays 9th. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, James in the near lane. Number 7 qualifier, Steve in the far lane. $175.3 for Steve, $182.7 for James. James will stay 8th. Steve will stay 7th. Our next pair, number 6 qualifier, Vegeta in the near lane. Number 5 qualifier, Michelle far lane. $175.0 for Michelle, $175.4 for Vegeta. Vegeta stays 6th. Michelle stays 5th. Our next pair, number 4 qualifier, Snow in the far lane. Number 3 qualifier, Mar in the near lane. $178.0 for Snow, $178.4 for Mar. Snow will stay 4th, Mar will stay 3rd in our final pair of Pro Stock Thunder Cycle, final qualifying. Number 1 qualifier, Dallas far lane. Number 2 qualifier, Eric in the near lane. $174.4 for Eric, $177.8 for Dallas. Before I show you the runs for round 1, here are the 4 that are not qualified. King, Terry, Linlin, and Michael are not qualified. And now there are 1 matchups for Pro Stock Thunder Cycle. Dallas will take on Sinister. Eric will take on Phillip. Mara will take on Samantha. Snow will take on Violet. Michelle will take on Caleb. Vegeta will take on Ray Ray. Steve will take on Scotty. And James will take on Nate. Mario Kart, now. And here we are with Mario Kart qualifying session number 4. Luigi is the bum spot with a 167.9. Up first, the shocking one, Lakitu, number 26 on the far lane. Bowser Jr., number 25 near lane. 167-0 for Lakitu. 175-1 for Bowser Jr. Lakitu gets in the show. Bowser Jr. 26. Lakitu up to number 15. Waluigi's now on the bump. The 167-1. And yes, if you hear that, that is rain. It is raining outside. Our next pair, now number 25 qualifier. Rosalina, near lane. Number 24 qualifier, Baby Mario, far lane. Baby Mario, 172-2. 191-1 for Rosalina. Rosalina stays 25. Baby Mario stays 24. Our next pair, we have number 23 qualifier, Toad in the near lane. Number 22 qualifier, Wario, far lane. Can they get in the show? 172-3, 171-5. 72-3 for Wario. 71-5 Toad? No. Wario stays 22. Toad stays 23. Our next pair. Number 21, Toadette near lane. Number 20, Purple Yoshi far lane. $170 to the 1 for Purple Yoshi, $173-1 for Toadette. They're not going to qualify. Toadette stays number 21. Purple Yoshi stays number 20. Our next pair. Number 19 qualifier, Bowser far lane. Am I right? Let me check. Yes. Number 18 qualifier, Baby Peach near lane. Waluigi still in the bump. 167-1. 171-2 for Bowser. 173-0. Baby Peach not getting in. No improvements. Baby Peach stays 18th. Bowser stays 19th. Our next pair. The last person to try to bump his way back in. Luigi, number 17 in the far lane. Waluigi on the bump in the near lane. Waluigi needs to improve to avoid it. Luigi needs to run better than a 167-1. And the field is set. Luigi, 172-6. Waluigi, 174-7. And here are the Mario Karts not qualified for the race. Luigi, Baby Peach, Bowser, Purple Yoshi, Toadette, Wario, Toad, Baby Mario, Rosalina, and Bowser Jr. Now to see where the qualified cars end up. Number 14 qualifier, Red Yoshi near lane. 13 qualifier, Diddy Kong far lane. $172-0 for Diddy Kong, $172-2 for Red Yoshi. Diddy Kong stays 14th, or 13th. Red Yoshi stays 14th.
Number 12 qualifier, light blue Yoshi in the near lane. And number 11 qualifier, green Yoshi, is in the far lane.
Thank you, Caden.
You're welcome.
173-4 for green Yoshi, 173-6 for light blue Yoshi. Light blue Yoshi stays 12th. Green Yoshi stays 11th. Our next pair. Number 10 qualifier, Mario in the near lane. Number 9 qualifier, Cat Peach far lane. $170 with a 2 for Cat Peach. $183.9 for Mario. He will stay 10th for sure. Mario stays 10th. Cat Peach stays 9th. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, Donkey Kong near lane. Number 7 qualifier, Koopa Troopa far lane. It sounds like it's raining hard. Koopa Troopa 169-2. Donkey Kong 175-5. Koopa Troopa stays 7th. Donkey Kong stays 8th. Our next pair, number 6 qualifier, Dry Bones near lane. Number 5 qualifier, Baby Luigi far lane. $171.8 for Baby Luigi and $175.2 for Dry Bones. Baby Luigi stays number 5. Dry Bone stays number 6. Our next pair, number 3 qualifier, Light Blue Shy Guy far lane. Number 4 qualifier, Princess Peach near lane. $170 to the 1 for Light Blue Shy Guy, $175.6 for Princess Peach. Light Blue Shy Guy stays number 3. Princess Peach stays number 4 in our final pair of Mario Kart qualifying. Number 2 qualifier, Shy Guy near lane. Number 1 qualifier, Tanuki Mario far lane. $167.9 Tanuki Mario, $172.0 for Shy Guy. Your Mario Kart Round 1 matchups are as followed. Tanuki Mario will take on Waluigi. Shy Guy will take on Lakitu. Light Blue Shy Guy will take on Red Yoshi. Princess Peach will take on Diddy Kong. Baby Luigi will take on Light Blue Shy Guy. Or Light Blue Yoshi, my bad. Dry Bones will take on Green Yoshi. Koopa Troopa will take on Mario. And Donkey Kong will take on Cat Peach. Top Fuel now. It's time for Top Fuel final qualifying session. Corey Mack on the bump. 186.3. Up first, number 23 qualifier, Terry McMillan. See what run he can make. His best run is a 192.8. And they're running a little slower at the moment. 210 flat. He will not get in. Terry McMillan will not qualify. Our next pair. Number 22 qualifier, Morgan Lucas near lane. Number 21 qualifier, Rhonda Hartman Smith, far lane. Corey Mack still sitting there on the bump, 186.3. That is a crash for Rhonda Hartman Smith. She will be disqualified. Morgan Lucas, 198.7, will not qualify either. Our next pair, we have Brittany Force in the far lane, currently number 19. Number 20 is Leah Pruitt in the near lane. 186.3 is the bump. And Brittany comes off the track. She's going to slow to a 235.7. Leah, 197.2. Not getting in. Our next pair, number 17 qualifier, Austin Prock, far lane. Number 18 qualifier, Clay Milliken, near lane. 186.3 is the bump. Last pair to try to get in. Milliken, 199.0. Austin Prock slows to a 257.8. They do not qualify. Your top fuel field is set. And here are the drivers that do not qualify. Austin Prock, Clay Milliken, Brittany Force, Leah Pruitt, Rhonda Hartman Smith, Morgan Lucas, and Terry McMillan. Now we see who can improve. Number 16 qualifier, Corey Mack near lane. Number 15 qualifier, Larry Dixon far lane. Can they improve? 191.3 for Dixon, 202.8 for Corey Mack. Corey Mack stays 16th. Larry Dixon stays 15th. Our next pair, number 14 qualifier, Sean Langdon near lane. Number 13 qualifier, Doug Coletta in the far lane. $194.3 for Sean Langdon and $212 with a 5 for Coletta. Doug Coletta stays 13th. Sean Langdon stays 14th. Our next pair, the number 12 qualifier, Fisher in the near lane. Number 11 qualifier, Kenny Bernstein, far lane. Kenny Bernstein comes off the track, will not finish the run. 191.4 for Fisher. Fisher stays 12th. Kenny Bernstein stays 11th. Our next pair, number 9 qualifier, Bones in the far lane. Number 10 qualifier, Antron Brown near lane. $190 with a 2 for Bones, 191.9 for Antron Brown. Bones stays 9th, Antron Brown stays 10th. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, Tony Schumacher near lane. Number 7 qualifier, Gary Scelzi in the far lane. So far, no improvements in top fuel. 189.2 for Schumacher, 189.5 for Scelzi, the first 80s of the session. Schumacher stays 8th, Scelzi stays 7th. Our next pair, number 6 qualifier, Joe Motto near lane. Number 5 qualifier, Samantha in the far lane. 184-1 for Joe Amato. 194-2 for Samantha. Joe Amato stays 6th. Samantha stays 5th. Our next pair, number 4 qualifier, Thunder in the near lane. Number 3 qualifier, Mike Dunn, far lane. $190 with a 2 for Mike Dunn. $190 with a 3 for Thunder. Dunn will stay 3rd. Thunder will stay 4th. And our final pair of Top Fuel in the final qualifying session. Number 1 qualifier, Melanie Troxel, far lane. Number 2 qualifier, Brandon Bernstein, near lane. $182.6 for Brandon Bernstein. $183.7 for Melanie Troxel. And here are your round 1 matchups in Top Fuel. Melanie Troxel will take on Corey Mack. Brandon Bernstein will take on Larry Dixon. Mike Dunn will take on Sean Langdon. Thunder will take on Doug Coletta. Samantha will take on teammate Fisher. Joe Amato will take on Kenny Bernstein. Gary Selzy will take on Antron Brown. Tony Schumacher will take on Bones. Funny car. Now. And here we go with the final qualifying session of Funny Car. On the bump, Del Worsham, 175.6. Up first, number 25, Tony Bartone, going down the far lane. 183.1, not going to get in. Bartone stays number 25, our next pair. Number 24 qualifier, Bob Gilbertson, near lane. 23 qualifier, Tommy Johnson Jr., far lane. $187.2 for Tommy Johnson Jr., $197.0 for Gilbertson. Bob Gilbertson stays number 24. Tommy Johnson Jr. stays 23. Our next pair, number 22 qualifier, Ron Capps, near lane. 21 qualifier, John Forrest, far lane. Del Worsham on the bump, 175.6. Not going to happen for either. 180 with a 7 for Capps and 183.6 for John Forrest. Ron Capps stays number 22. John Forrest stays number 21. Our next pair, number 20 qualifier, Matt Hagan, near lane. Number 19 qualifier, Frank Pedregon, far lane. Can anyone get into the show? 179.5 for Frank Pedregon, 181.0 for Matt Hagan. That's still a no. Hagan stays 20, Frank Pedregon stays 19. Our next pair, number 18 qualifier, now in the backup car, Scoop Ricardo in the near lane. Number 17 qualifier, Jimmy Pedregon, far lane. Last pair to try to get in. 177.0 for Scoop Ricardo, 177.9 for Jimmy Pedregon. The field is set. And here are the funny cars that do not qualify. Jimmy Pedregon, Scoop Ricardo, Frank Pedregon, Matt Hagan, John Forrest, Ron Capps, Tommy Johnson Jr., Bob Gilbertson, and Tony Bartone. Our next pair, number 16 qualifier, Del Worsham, near lane. Number 15 qualifier, Robert Height, far lane. Can they improve? $177.5 for Del Worsham, $182.3 for Robert Height. Del Worsham will stay 16th. Robert Height will stay 15th. Our next pair, number 14 qualifier, Tony Pedregon, near lane. Number 13 qualifier, Jim Epler, far lane. Well, Jim Epler crashes, gets disqualified. Tony Pedregon, 185.2. Tony Pedregon stays 14th. Epler stays 13th. Our next pair, Cruz Pedregon, number 12, near lane. Courtney Force, number 11, far lane. Cruz crashes and gets disqualified. 182.7 for Courtney. Courtney Force stays 11th. Cruz Pedregon stays 12th. Our next pair, number 10 qualifier, Del Creasy Jr., near lane. Number 9 qualifier, Thunder in the far lane. $177.9 for Creasy, $181.0 for Thunder. Thunder stays 9th. Del Creasy Jr. stays 10th. Our next pair, number 8 qualifier, Hellenic, near lane. Number 7 qualifier, Eric in the far lane. 170 with a 7 for Helladic. 171-9 for Eric. Good pair. Helladic will stay 8th. Eric will stay 7th. Our next pair, number 6 qualifier, Mellow in the near lane. Number 5 qualifier, Sinister in the far lane. $171.2 for Mellow, $171.3 for Sinister. Mellow will stay 6th. Sinister will stay 5th. Our next pair, number 4 qualifier, Caden in the far lane. Number 3 qualifier, Fisher in the near lane. $172.5 for Fisher, $173.5 for Caden. Caden stays 4th, Fisher stays 3rd. Our final pair of funny car qualifying. Number 2 qualifier, Alex Laughlin in the near lane. Number 1 qualifier, Melon in the far lane. $173.8 for Alex Laughlin and $175.2 for Melon. And your funny car matchups for round number 1. Melon will take on Del Worsham. Alex Laughlin will take on Robert Height. Fisher will take on Tony Pedregon. Caden will take on Jim Epler. Sinister will take on Cruz Pedregon. Mello will take on Courtney Force. Eric will take on Dale Crazy Jr. And Helladic will take on Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, there are your fields. When you see us in the next video, it will be time for round 1 eliminations here at the YouTube Spring Nationals.